terrorist base, destroyed by American forces while defending
Our
civilians.
victorious forces continue their liberation
against a struggling America and China reporting
in
several
today's
GI
Security Council session.
Tensions are high.
America by penetrating its own borders and raiding its weapons of mass destruction.
Further transmission may be difficult.
Number 1. Command & Conquer Generals 0 Hour. Linda, come on out and show them what you got on.
Hello, comrades. This is General Linda Rangers, and I specialize in surprise attacks.
Ooh, General Rangers is here.
And I got a surprise with your name on it.
This is the first decade. It contains all the original Command & Conquer games all the way up to General 0 Hour. I played the first Command & Conquer way back in the day on my old Macintosh. Beating it as a kid was probably one of my greatest accomplishments. But I first played Generals back at the same gaming cafe with Warcraft 3. It was not until later I got it on CD, and I was able to play it full for the first time in 2006. And what a great experience it was! Command & Conquer is another RTS game where your objective is to build a base and defeat the enemy. Generals consists of 3 factions: the USA, China, and the Global Liberation Army, or just GLA. Each faction has its own strengths and weaknesses. The 0 Hour expansion adds 9 generals, 3 for each of the factions, and each specialize in a strategy.
Do you remember the first general you played?
I believe it was the Laser General. The Laser General has laser units, but without power, you're pretty much screwed. He even says it too.
Running out of power is a fatal mistake, General.
That's General Towns, the laser general.
There's a game mode called General's Challenge, where you choose a general and then you get to battle it out against one of the other generals. Let's take a look at the generals, shall we?
Ooh, yes! I'm excited about this.
Choose your general. Laser.
You already know about Towns, the laser general. He's from the USA, and his laser defense turrets and tanks are devastating.
How do you like my new toys, General?
Up next is the Air Force General, Granger.
Air Force.
General, you're no match for me. I own the skies.
He's got the best air units in the game, but he's got no tanks. Watch how deadly his air units are. At last, we have the USA Super Weapon General.
Super weapons.
She has EMP base defense turrets. And her strategy consists of spamming particle cannons to defeat her enemy. But her offensive units are lacking.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, General. Think about it.
Select target. Select target. Select target.
Moving on to the Chinese generals, we got the infantry general, Fei.
Infantry.
I have enough men to crush you without firing a shot.
He's got superb infantry that can attack air units. He's vulnerable to snipers and toxins, so if you have a lot of that, he can't do much. Beware of his horde attacks. Then we have the nuke general, Dao.
Nuclear.
All of his tanks emit radiation shells that can deal damage to infantry. His tanks are faster, and overall, he doesn't really have a weakness.
Now, General, I think you understand why I am known as Shitao the Nuke.
The last China general is the tank general, Kuai.
Tanks.
As the name suggests, he's got the best tanks. They are very strong in the early game. Kuai falls off late game due to having a high cost for his economy. He also has no long-range units, so sieging as him is also hard. He works well in the open.
Ah, can you feel the thunderous song of approaching armor, General?
The GLA have their own generals. Let's start with Dr. Thrax, the Toxin General.
Toxins.
Breathe easy, General, for I am Dr. Thrax, and with every breath you take, you are on your way to defeat.
His toxin soldiers are super deadly against infantry and can clear out garrison units in buildings. However, he has no stealth or explosive units. He's best on maps with large cities. The Demolition General is next, Jaziz.
Demolitions.
All of his units pack a punch with deadly explosives. They also explode on death. However, he's got no stealth units and is lacking in toxins.
It's quiet out there, General. You know what quiet means, right? Boom!
If you like setting up traps, this general is for you. Finally, we have the last general, Prince Kassad.
Camouflage.
Stealth is my ally and your enemy.
All of his buildings can become stealth, and you can cloak his units with the GPS Scrambler ability. Watch out for his sneak attacks. However, he's got no heavy tanks, so if you attack him with armored units, he might get overrun.
Where shall we start?
Now that you got to take a look at the 9 generals, you can find one that fits your playstyle.
What about me? I'm a general too.
Not an official one, but yes, you are.
My creator did a huge project last year on making a general's challenge for me. Can we play the intro for my challenge?
I suppose we could. Let's take a quick look.
Yay!
Versus.
General Rangers.
Don't let the cute hair and uniform fool you, General. You are in for a big surprise. Attention all troops. We have a new enemy on the battlefield.
My voice does sound a little different, but that was because someone else was voicing me.
Yeah, but still, that General Rangers project took months to make. I had over 200 lines for Linda to say. Remember?
Oh yeah! It took a long time to record all those lines. And remember that special video?
I think that's the first time someone has done a map like that.
So, tell me about why Zero Hour is your favorite game of all time.
Well, how long have I been playing it?
You said since 2006.
That's 18 years. That's a very, very long time. The game doesn't keep track, but I bet it's over 13,000 hours. What I like about the game the most are the online matches, the custom missions, the world builder, and the modding. I played Generals Online for the longest time, 12 years to be precise. I used to play competitively online quite a bit, but now I am retired, so I just play for fun. I mostly enjoy playing new mission maps. The community still puts out a lot of custom maps to download. The AODs in particular were a specialty of mine.
AOD stands for Art of Defense. You have to defend your base while the AI sends all of these units to attack you. My creator made a whole bunch of them. How many do you have now?
28.
28 AODs? I didn't know you had that many.
Remember what I said about Warcraft's 3 world editor?
Yeah?
Well, Generals has one called World Builder. It is basically the same, but for Generals. You get to build your own map and add scripts like you did with the world editor. It wasn't as powerful, meaning the game couldn't allow you to do everything you wanted to do.
This is a little confusing to me. Can you give me an example?
Let's say I have a tank attacking an enemy base. If the tank blows up, I want a huge explosion at the tank's position. But there's no script giving the tank's position when it dies. There are limitations. Does that make more sense?
Kinda, but I'm still lost.
Don't worry about it. Point is, I made stuff work for all 28 of my AODs. Now, the thing I really liked doing was creating my own mod. Long ago, I discovered a modding program called Tybed 2. This software allowed you to modify any assets for the game. For example, you could change the cost of a unit, or make it build instantly, or have it attack from across the map. There were endless options to explore with this.
Could you make it have like 1,000,000 health? Or have a huge explosion on death?
Yes, you can do almost anything. With that in mind, I created my own mod for the game with new custom units, new general powers, and I added my own voice too. It doesn't really have a name. My current version is called ZHMod 1-80.
I have seen you play your mod before.
I have a lot of fun with it more than the base game. It just feels so much better, and I can always change anything if I feel like something is too overpowered.
Do you have plans to make any more AODs?
In March, I finished an AOD called AOD 100,000. Pretty much you have to kill 100,000 units, and being shocked on how long it took. The feedback was mixed, but it was a new concept no one did yet. That AOD took just as long to make as General Rangers, not including the voice lines. But to answer your question, I probably won't make a new one until next year.
I'm happy you did one with me. It seemed everyone liked it.
They did, except for the game crashes because there was too many units on the screen. But what can you do? It's an old game.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Generals?
As a retired veteran player, I still love playing the game. I'm always down to play new missions, or come up with ideas for my mod. I really hope they remaster this game eventually, and I'll be supporting them 100%. Zero Hour has and always will be my favorite game of all time. No doubt about that.
I agree. This is General Linda Rangers, over and out.
Well guys, that's it. You got to see my reviews for my top 15 favorite games. This was probably my hardest project to do, aside from the autobiography 3 years ago. The script alone took over 35 hours to write and edit, with almost 19,000 words. I've never had to put so much thought into writing something this long before. However, it was worth it. I gotta give a special thanks to Linda's new voice actor, Rookie. I got a special message that I want them to share with you. Here it is.
Hey, this is Rookie, and I play the voice of Linda. I think it's crazy seeing how far I've gone as Linda's voice, because Linda was actually one of my very first projects, and I'm still in it, which I find insane. It's definitely the one I've stuck around the long with, and it's definitely the most intriguing project I've been a part of. It was the start of my voice acting career, and I honestly plan to stick around until I'm not needed in it anymore, I guess. It's super fun, and I hope everyone out there enjoys it as much as I do, and probably as much as Adrian does. It's been great working with Adrian, and I hope to come back to play Linda again soon. So, catch you later.
I shall return in time.